thing that's odd is it doesn't seem like it's a good lane matchup into Gyro. Flat Cannon and Rocket Barrage deal with this hero pretty well. I mean, yes, you have Bulwark to reduce some of the damage, but Rocket Barrage, you can just run over the Mars. These are the types of lane matchups that Gyro typically thrives in.
Yeah, I think they're thinking post laning phase, which is one of their issues in game number one, where they mostly thought inside the laning phase. Outside the laning phase, Mars, he has the arena to work with, so none of the projectiles from Gyrocopter are actually going to get out or into the arena from the outside. So if they can fight around the arena, well, they'll be able to take this Gyrocopter on no problem. He's going to be
Wow.
forced to very early BKB and kind of dance around the in and out of this arena, though it can get difficult to get the ideal arena up in team fights, as you want to use it on your initiation a lot of the time.
There is a lot of damage on the side of Thunder Predator. And okay, I was gonna say they need some way to reduce it. And they pick Night Stalker from Moo here, which is fantastic. We've seen this Night Stalker show up big time in some games just because of Crippling Fear. And I mean, this is a really good Crippling Fear game already. Ancient Apparition, if you throw the Tracer for your ult and then just get silenced, you're like, okay, bye. Saving this ult for next game type of thing.
Throw that Ice Blast over to the next game. Yeah, exactly.
It's so rough. But yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic pick. If they can't shut down the Night Stalker early, he can definitely run away with it. Now, one thing, if I'm Sadboys right now, I am 100% banning the Naga Siren here. Naga Siren just seems really strong for their lineup if MNZ plays it. It's a great counter to the Night Stalker. It gives them setup for the arena, the Ember Spirit, the AA, like everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're gonna need to build a BKB on the Naga Siren for sure against a Night Stalker, just so he can't blink on you, then stay on top of you with that crippling fear. You have to be able to get off your illusions. I mean, if you're underneath the Naga Siren illusions, you end up dying. You're forced to move away. But if you can get her first, is kind of stick on her to start the team fight and stop her from getting that ultimate off. You're in a very good place. Wraith King banned out on Sadboys. That would have been a pretty good pick for Thunder Predator, I feel. If they end up getting the Aghanim Scepter, I mean, your Ice Blast is always going to get off. Your Skywrath Mage is always going to be able to go through his entire kit. Your Mars can get his spells off. Ember Spirit, I don't think pairs quite as well with the Wraith King, but still, it'd be a solid setup there for sure.
It's a hero that also dominates Night Stalker in the beginning of the lane stage too, which is something that is kind of scary. So they may end up just banning out. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it is Naga Siren, but it could be something else here that they go for. Just heroes that really push Night Stalker out of the lane phase early and do combo well with their team. I'm just trying to think what that would be. The Faceless Voids band, PA still in the pool. And she's pretty good, especially at dealing with the IO because she can just jump the back line.
They got rid of the Shadow Demon, which I don't think is necessarily a counter to whatever carry they plan on picking. It would just stop them from being able to chain stun them up with like the Siri chains, with the Spear of Mars. It's an excellent save from Skywrath Mage's ultimate and from Ice Blast. So taking the save out of the game is a good move. And I think PPD was thinking, okay, he sees the Shadow Demon. That means they plan on taking the Spectre. And I'm not necessarily sure that was the case.
I mean, the Spectre is probably safe though, right? Because it does just win the lane against the Night Stalker, and then it can always blow up the IO. And that's the scary thing. There's your Oracle. Okay.
That's your save from a chain stun. They added his shard, so they brought back the invisibility on false promise with a 0.3 second delay.
Oh, is that what his new shard is?
Yes.
That's super cool. I did not know that.
Missed that one. God, I guess Thunder Predator, they've got a minute of reserve time to fall back on now.
I mean, I'm still looking at PA and Naga Siren as pretty good heroes here, right?
Yeah. Naga Siren, I can't think of that many things here. You got a decent front line already with Mars. I think you can get away with going a hero that likes to sit back and farm a little bit.
I mean, what's the chance they just last pick the Alk again? Okay, they take Terrorblade. I was skeptical of Terrorblade because of the magic damage here coming out from Sadboys, but they don't seem to be worried.
Which is interesting. Do you think he'll end up going something like a Mage Slayer this game? That would be hilarious.
I mean, I feel like Mage Slayer just slows you down too much. Like
Yeah.
Terrorblade needs just raw stats, and Mage Slayer is just damage. Like it's magic resist, agility and damage. I think, isn't it? Or attack speed. It's something like that, and then it puts the debuff on your enemy. But interesting
Yeah,
pick. We'll see. I mean, MNZ has been a. What was it?
both the Gyrocopter and Void Spirit, but
Yeah.
again, you don't have enough HP even with the extra magic resistance on Terrorblade to go that far out of your way, spend all that money on the Mage Slayer if you want to tank up. I think you just go your regular items like your Eye of Scotty. You get Mars to build a pipe. You get your other supports to build a Glimmer Cape for you, and then just press the buttons onto you, as they say.
Now, the question here is, can Sadboys close it out fast enough, right? Because they do not want to go into the scaling Terrorblade, especially with, the Ember Spirit. Like, every single hero on this team does pretty well in the late game, and you're running a very defensive draft here with Io and Oracle, so you need to try and end this out quick. The crazy thing is you pick this all into Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, you did, which is a bold move. I mean, Night Stalker's going to have his work cut out for him, forced to jump onto the back line there and get the Ancient Apparition. And I can talk to you real quick about my business idea.
Oh, I like the business ideas here, Neph. Fill me in.
These teams clash. You got the headphones for gamers with little cat ears on them, right?
Yeah.
Except a cowboy hat headphone.
Ooh. Okay, needs to be done. You heard it here. Someone make it happen. Give us tiny cowboy hat headphones.
Is anyone from HyperX listening, or anyone from generic headphone brand listening in right now? Make it happen.
Woo, that's true.
A lot of cowboys run into this issue where they need to wear headphones, but their hat gets in the way.
This is a good point. And you don't want to cut your cowboy hat or anything, to make room for the headphones.
You thought that I was going to do that this morning.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what? You got a knife? What are you doing? Sacred. Gonna hit a 3-man God's Rebuke. DNM, Resonant Pulse, doing some damage. You actually cannot fight this, I don't think. And DNM, he might go down here if they can close the gap. MNZ rotating over, just pops the meta. Slaps him down. First blood for the Terrorblade. Oh, Lord. This is the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, the shoe's finally on the other foot here, Ricky. 2 games in a row now, DNM managed to get first blood and have the advantage over Leo Style in the laning phase. Now it goes over the way of MNZ. Can he beat Leo Style mid without that gold advantage? We're going to find out.
They did manage to get the runes here, so they do have the ping advantage there on Io. Bottom is able to snag it, but I don't think you can kill this Ancient Apparition. Moo's coming down for this as well. I mean, you are too slow on the Night Stalker. It is daytime. All right, Terrorblade, the one thing they have going for him is he did commit meta for this kill, right? So you do have an easier time in lane right now as the Night Stalker. PPD just continuing to chase down the AA, but he will finally give him the break he needs.
And AA ends up solving up as he heads back to lane. He's pinging people out, but nobody else is a care in the world. They're busy CSing away in the various lanes. PPD actually wins these trades just due to the fact that Fortune's End is a bit more and his auto attacks somewhat faster. Very low base attack time on Oracle.
Also has a lot more regen. He's forced the salve already. PPD doesn't get the block on that camp, and he gets the voice line immediately. Oh, no. He's going to be forced to salve on the high ground. So just some regen trades here. In the lane, though, like I said, I think Moo's pretty okay with this. You can... Oh... Doesn't get the last one on the range creep, but doesn't get denied. And this is mainly just because, like I said, the meta was committed, for that first blood. MNZ, I think, is okay with it because he gets a lot of bonus gold, but Night Stalker not nearly as zoned out of the lane as you would expect.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you think this is going to end up going here in the bottom lane?
Well, as you say it, they're chasing down Mars. They might have the damage. Rocket Barrage in one, but the creep wave doesn't save him. Fear gets the last hit. Okay. Well, it's going pretty good. This is kind of what I expected, honestly. Gyro, like I said, thrives in these types of melee off-lane matchups, and Rocket Barrage is a pretty good spell. It's only level 1 Rocket Barrage, too. It's just going to get worse, I think.
Yeah, Gyrocopter's got 7 armor as well, so he's already reducing physical damage by 31%. These God's Abuse aren't doing a whole lot to him. And Snake King is keeping his HP topped up even more on this IO.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of mana to work with here, but it's just going to be some good harassment damage for sure. And Sladen, I mean, you're 0 HP, 0 armor on a Skywrath Mage, so you can't really afford to trade against an IO and a Gyrocopter. Mid lane, we haven't really talked about it. DNM versus Leo style. I mean, he's on his Ember Spirit, which is, you know, one of the best heroes for Leo style. We've seen him do incredible over and over again.
Makes the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, Leo style, he's having obviously a better time now that DNM doesn't have that first blood gold advantage that he's had in every other game, and I think he's pretty happy about that one. I mean, it's rough when the enemy starts with like almost like a full extra null talisman over you, right?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what he does. He started every lane so far with a free null tally, and that does not feel good. Ooh, Searing Chain's off the mark. That might be a ping thing.
Yeah, that might have just been a misplay thing. I'm sure he like has the timing for his ping down on situations like that. The Leo style rookie mistake by him, not something you'd expect to see.
Yeah, Leo style doesn't make mistakes. DNM farming really well in the mid lane too, though. It's pretty much dead even, right? Based on the creep wave right now.
Yeah,
they're doing really great.
So we're almost at 4 minutes. We're going to see the rotations to the power runes, as you mentioned, happens every single game right now in the current patch.
Sladen's here. They're not opting to rotate anyone from the top. So DNM, I mean, he does win the lane or the rune because of that. Because of Remnant every single time. That's why you always get a single point in the Aether Remnant by the 4-minute rune, and it ends up netting him a regen.
Yep, you're just slightly too early throwing out those Searing Chains there on Leo's style. So not one, but 2 misplays for the Searing Chains so far.
I mean, it's about all you can do is just try and get the body, like Searing Chain, and then get a body block, right? And DNM just plays it like perfectly every single time.
Did you think it was
yours? People were talking about what Mage Slayer is a couple of minutes ago. I thought we were seeing somebody commit for a kill there. It looks like everything is all right, though.
New Dota item.
New Dota item. Reduces magical damage from whoever you hit with it by 35%. Was it spell damage?
All spell damage for 4 seconds by 35%.
Yep. Gives you 20 damage, 20 agility, and 20 magic resistance.
Yep. Top lane, they're fighting for these bounty runes. Moo, I mean, it's nighttime now. This is a problem fighting into this Night Stalker, and MJZ might go down. PPD has one more fight. Oh, he's not going to be able to get off, and then there's going to be the meta pop from MNZ. MJZ just survives it.
Yeah, MJZ is actually going to be so fine because there were 3 stacks of PPD's heal onto him as well.
Yeah, he tried to snipe him with the Purifying Flames over and over and over, but it's only a level 2 Oracle, so you don't have that extra damage coming in from the Purifying Flames.
Yeah, you definitely want level 2 in it before you have, or you usually need 2 points before you have too much kill potential is what I mean to say. They try to go into him again, but it's hard with them still having that Metamorphosis pop. It looks like Moo doesn't want to commit. They might run at him after the Metamorphosis ends or as it starts to end, which will be in a couple seconds here.
Nice use of that flak bottom lane from Fear. It's like 1 point, but he immediately cancels the clarity from the Skywrath Mage. MJZ, I mean, I don't think you get, okay, you do get this kill, 2 levels, Purifying Flames, but Moo, you're underneath the towers. There a rotation in from DNM. If he can find this kill, it would be huge, but silenced up by Sladen, another Astral Step, and a Remnant available, taking a ton of damage from this Terrorblade. They are going to close the gap. They have plenty of magic damage to work with, but TP canceled there, I think from Leo style? Yeah, it was the Ember. Okay.
You realize the enemies were backing up, and he'd be much better off just running them down. He's going to find DNM. Leo style God. Come on.
He does have Astral Step and Dissimulate. Ooh, does he have the damage to finish it off? He gets it. The Concussive Blast. Oh, man. That is a big kill for the Skywrath Mage and for the Ember.
Yep. You can afford all sorts of cool things now, like boots and perhaps even a windlace.
Sacred forced to back out bottom. The Spear obviously creating the space so that Fear can't run him down with these Rocket Barrage. I mean, overall, net worth already a decent start here for Thunder Predator. And I don't see it getting that much better here for Sadboys. Like, they're going to be able to pop ahead in these lanes. You have this Terrorblade that He's just gonna get super farmed.
Yeah. You have surprisingly little farm on Fear as well, despite how well this lane is going. He's only sitting at 29 last hits. It is pretty wild to me.
Yeah, that's actually definitely that is really surprising. You're right.
Didn't get a chance to touch on that. I think they've just been keeping the creep wave pushed very close to the tower, and Sacred's been doing a decent job denying him a farm, despite the fact that he doesn't have much.
They might go for Sladen here. The missile's coming out. Sacred has no mana for the Spears. The Concussive Blast will slow him. And Sladen pretty fast on these boots, but the Overcharge and the Tether might be enough to chase down the Skywrath Mage if they have another Rocket Barrage in a second. But you got to be careful because Leo Style's coming over to save the day. Top lane Moo does just dive down for MJZ. They get the kill, trade 1 for 1, but you do have Dark Ascension. He could level if he wants, but he's just going to get... Oh my god, the damage from this Terrorblade. Moo's got to be so careful.
He's forced to run all the way back. He bottles himself back up a couple of times, but he's going to hold on to that Dark Ascension that you mentioned to probably wait until daytime or a potential bigger kill here onto Terrorblade. And he's going to need a point to Crippling Fear for that.
Yeah, I mean, 160, 170 damage on the Terrorblade here during this meta, so he is not something you want to mess with.
Yeah.
Well, they're pinging him out. He doesn't have vision of them. Obviously, Night Stalker having that bonus night vision makes it really nice, and they could go for it. His ult has ended, also known as meta, and they're going to go ahead and pop the Dark Ascension, try and trade and chase him down. Leo style, he's rotated bottom, but DNM's coming top. They might have the burst damage to take down this Terrorblade. Finally, the Dissimulate will allow them to do so. The Illusion Room gets popped. MJZ dies as well. The bottom lane rotation was also a success as they managed to take down the Gyro. No arena committed, just plenty of damage coming in from the Ember Spirit.
Yep. Both teams rotating to the enemy team's safe lane, so ends up, I think, probably turning out a little bit better for the Sadboys as they got 2 kills rather than just 1, and they shut down the Terrorblade, who's doing quite well for himself. Fear, he's gonna have to play catch up though. Searing Chains was off the mark, and because that DNM manages to get out. Nice dodge there by him.
Yep. Fear is gonna need a lot of recovery here. He just now hits level 6 here on the safe lane, and it's almost 10 minutes. I mean, this is looking really rough for this Gyrocopter. Normally you'd like to, you know, be closer to level 7.5. He doesn't have many points in flak. Like, you went 2 in the missile, 2 in the rocket barrage, so your ability to farm is very slowed down. Does have that chipped vest at least. Gets a broom handle. He might just keep that himself, but we'll see. Might just go to the Night Stalker.
It depends. Again, the HP regen of the chipped vest versus how much are you taking up these neutral creeps, or do you want extra damage from the flag cannon? I'd like to see the broom handle handed off to the Night Stalker. We'll have him have that much more rundown potential against MJZ and Sladen.
DNM, I mean, he might find Leo style mid here. Silenced up for the moment thanks to Sladen, but he's going to go ahead and jump the backside, maybe take down this Skywrath Mage, but a beautiful Searing Chains comes in. He does have an Astral Step forward, but he's not going to take it. PPD drops a ward on the high ground to snipe the kill. Now gets his level 6, so he's false promised himself. He's going to be fine here. Pops the wand. Plenty of healing coming in as well. He should survive this. Yeah, more than enough. Look at that heal. Very nice.
It's based on the color of the sun
orb, right? It was so weird because it was like red for a while and then suddenly just went straight green, and he came out with like plus 600 HP. Very nice. All right, Leo style here protecting his top tower from this catapult. His move was, you know, positioned behind, pulling the creep wave, making sure that they can try and chip it down over and over again. But Moo, he's TP'd bottom, snaking. In some trouble. The arena is going to catch him. The AA blast as well. He gets the relocate out. Potentially, no, he walks into the wall. Okay, yeah, he gets it off. Moo, however, jumps in back onto the Ancient Apparition. Will be able to find the kill, but he's not going to shatter to MNZ's Terrorblade. He's able to get the tower. PPD here on the backside with the help of DNM. They're going to try and maybe find a fight here, but he skewers him right into him and snaking. He doesn't have a tether target. He's going to go down a 2-for-2 trade, but they catch the Void Spirit. Oh, this is a huge win for Thunder Predator.
Yeah, and Night Stalker, he's not able to fight anymore. That Dark Ascension ends. It switches over to daytime, and that is going to be a 2-for-3 trade. End up grabbing the mid laner as well. So, at 1,000 XP going your way, and 600 gold. And the Predator managed to snake the tower while they're there too.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
they'll probably turn their eyes over to mid tower now, as just continue to take map control, take advantage of the fact that it's daytime. Dark Ascension isn't available. Leo Style, there's no reason for him to not be aggressive, right?
Exactly, and MNZ's Terrorblade is getting incredibly strong. I mean, he is starting to pull away very quickly, similar to the Alchemist that we saw last game, right? He's given a few minutes, and this man farms. He's had an incredible performance all tournament. Like, he had a rough game 1, but this man, he manages to find gold everywhere.
Get to the drums of endurance.
Top lane, they have Arena in 2. They're going to be able to find Fear. Searing Chains on the mark. He just gets bursted by that Ember Spirit AA and Skywrath combo. Once again, the Mystic Flare. Plenty of damage for these heroes. They just get 2 quick kills, and he just goes back to the mid lane.
Yeah, there's not much to say about that one. Snake King, of course, he's forced to go down with the gyrocopter. And I was expecting them to see turn their eyes mid lane here, but I guess they might wait on Metamorphosis before popping another tower down. US Style just look for these pickoffs. You're going to slow down Fear's farming. The guy's net worth is pretty low, only 4.3k, and he had a favorable lane matchup as well. It's not like any of the harass that they threw out to him from this Mars is actually going to stick at any point, right?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is they spent so much time trying to shut down the Mars and so much harassment coming in from the Skywrath mage that they just didn't see us well. Sacred once again baiting them perfectly. Snaking, going for the relocate. It will be able to pull him out. No, he doesn't. He gets perfectly silenced by Slayton. Another 2 kills potentially here in the top lane as they chase down Snaking. The Ice Vortex providing enough slow. He's got God's Rebuke, a couple auto attacks, and another finish off here with a spear. They get to Terrorblade finally goes down bottom.
Yep. I mean, that's all Moo, right? There's no way you're going to get your center off once he's on top of you with that crippling fear. Leo Style might even go down. There's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Stuck around just a little bit too long. PPD, never worried. Had false promise the whole time. Okay, I mean, that's a 2 for 2 at the end of the day, and a large gold swing going the way of the Radiant. I mean, Darkest Edge. Oh, Moo going for the TP out, but he gets saved by PPD. Oh, the Fate's Edict. Dang, that was close.
Yeah, PPD's got quick reaction time there. Ends up dropping the Fate's Edict on him instead of the larger cast range False Promise. So, nice job there by him. Keeping the Night Stalker back in. Moo, he definitely didn't want to go down after quitting that town portal scroll. He probably knew that he was teleporting inside that Skywrath Mage ultimate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He 100% was just relying on PPD to save him. He's like, I'll be fine. No big deal.
Peter?
Peter. Bring back the old school Peter baby rage. That was a good one. Peter!
My fart.
Top lane, DNM trying to scout out for his team. Spear off the mark from Sacred. And they will be able to get a nice Searing Chains onto the Void Spirit. A very mobile hero, does have his Yules completed. So a nice itemization here as he's going to go in towards that Aghanim Scepter. You definitely need the Yules this game, right?
Yeah. He definitely... Man... MJCB is kind of broke this game, bro.
DNM might be in trouble. I mean, Slayton's rotating over, gets a silence onto the Oracle, and Sacred is here as well. On the backside, look at Moo, though, just chasing after the AA by himself. You're just isolated, sir. All 5 heroes from Thunder Predator quickly bring him down. And that's a big gold spree as well. 435 on over to Sacred's Mars. Oh, a relocate in? Snaking? Not ideal, or rather a relocate out. I mean, he's just super dead. We'll get false promise for the moment, but AA Blast just shatters him.
Sacred finishes off PPD with her Ice Blast. He shatters underneath that spear as well, and there's a Metamorphosis onto the mid tower committed. I don't think they'll be able to get Roche off of it. That one is still a little bit scary.
I did not realize you could shatter during false promise.
Oh, absolutely, if you drop under the threshold.
Yeah, crazy. All right, Moo almost able to close the gap there, but Missile still going out to Leo Style. Slight chains, again, keeping them at bay. They just can't do anything. They are struggling really badly here. I mean, DNM's Void Spirit, he's got some farm, but it's not enough, it seems. Like, they really need this Gyrocopter to come online, and he is the lowest net worth of all the cores. Like, Fear doesn't even have his Aghanim Scepter yet, and he's still 1,300 gold away. DNM here, he jumps really deep onto the back line. He's got to be careful. The AA Blast is there to simulate to dodge out some of the damage, and he will survive. They will catch the stun onto the Ember, actually, and He's going to go ahead and remnant himself inside. Moo trying to make space, but a Searing Chain's holding him there. The Sacred Blink catching form with this arena, and now they're just going to get ran down. The Terrorblade is here, just trying to back as a squad. You have no false promise. Looks like they're going to disengage, but Moo able to pull the attention of Leo Style.
Yep, ends up taking him down on the back line here. Going the drones with endurance is a little bit interesting. I don't feel as if it's as worth it anymore now that it doesn't give you the mana regen. I think that was an important factor of it. Bottle passed to Sladen and then back to Leo Style, I imagine. They have 2 bottles? They do. Water boy Sladen over here.
Oh, gotta love it. You know, every team needs a water boy.
Yeah, make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. They need to change that to a Monster Energy bottle or something.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Just put the M logo on it. Oop.
2 tournaments that did that. There was the Kit Kat shared tangos on what was that tournament called?
I have no idea.
It was like a copy of Midas Mode 2.
Yeah, I did not know. I did not see that one.
Ah, damn.
Ooh, what a convenient DD rune you have here, sir. Don't mind if I do. 500 damage Terrorblade as I'm going to start wailing away at this Roshan. They scan it, you know, they're like, okay, we got to go contest this, but it's might be too little too late here. You lose the ward you have on the high ground. You do have Moo, Dark Ascension in 5, but Roche, it's already dead. You cannot contest. MNZ now has Aegis Manta almost to his Eye of Scotty.
He did all of that without any minus armor as well. Roshan brought down in no time at all. And like you just mentioned, only what, another 1,000 gold left. He's got this Eye of Scotty, and they're playing against a number of ranged heroes again. Io, Oracle, Gyrocopter. Oh,
that is some good drops there. Bull Whip for the Io. Terrorblade gets himself an Imp Claw of all things.
yeah. That bonus damage, that critical strike after he pops the Metamorphosis is going to work wonders on the heroes on Sadboys, and they're going to struggle to get back into this. I mean, they do have the damage. They can set up some great things with Moo here, but he's going the Aghanim Scepter rather than a Blink Dagger. I think right now they're concerned about clearing out the illusions and having AoE damage.
This is just an
I don't know if it's the right play.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an incredibly late Ags coming out from both of these guys. Like, we just see Fear pick up his Ags on the Gyrocopter, you know, almost 20 minutes into the game. The previous time we saw the Gyrocopter, I think he had this around 16 or 17, but he also had drums. So you can just see how much slower this Gyrocopter is this game. He will start to farm pretty quickly, but nothing is going to keep up with this Terrorblade.
Middle tower is under attack.
MNZ is having an absolutely insane game this time around. Last time there was a lot of trust placed in his teammates to keep him alive after that initial stun. This game it's the MNZ show though. Just very heavily out farming this Gyrocopter. And I don't think anyone's going to stop him taking this tier 2 tower in the top lane. That'll open up the outpost. Just hammering away at it. I mean, Moo trying to finish up this Aghanim Scepter. He's only 200 gold away. It will help a little bit with this base defense, but they'll also need to be nighttime. They need to fight under this Dark Ascension. If they end up being able to disengage and reset the fight, they're just down. Oh no, PPD.
That's a big death. He does have buyback. You are going to lose the tier 2, but like you said, Moo will be able to get his Aghanim Scepter here, which, I mean, Dark Ascension plus the level 4 Void is pretty substantial. It is a lot of damage in fights. And Fear, I mean, I don't know what he just managed to buy, but he's going for something. Where's his courier? Oh, it was a Tome of Knowledge. So not anything super important there. Your base under siege, brothers.
Yeah, you have lost your Fortify, and it is going down incredibly quickly. There's a catapult here as well. You're going to have to make a move. You might just end up losing your rack before you even set up a defense here.
I mean, Moo's wrapping around to the backside with DNM. He pops an Arcane. No, what rune was popped there? Yeah, an Arcane onto Moo. So you're going to have a lot of these Voids coming out, but he almost dies immediately. They managed to take down AA, Sacred falling low. Yeah, he's just dead on Moo. They chased him down to the backside. MNZ and Leo Style make quick work, and now you're all trapped inside of the arena. You die in front of your base on 4, and now DNM's going to go down as well. You have 2 buybacks.
They couldn't do anything there. In Fear, he wasn't able to commit the flat cannon because of that arena. He had to hold it until everything fell down, and they already lost Moo on the back line. They just lost everyone for almost nothing. Ancient Apparition and Mars had already done their job, so the Rax goes down after, and they lose every hero after they take the Rax, for that matter. Or sorry, no, the Rax is almost taken. Oh my god.
Yeah, they were smoked back here, right? On Leo or on DNM and Moo, and like Moo just gets focused and pulls way out to the back, and on the front, all they get is an Ancient Apparition while Mars Arena's 4 heroes, and you're just stuck in there with a Terrorblade.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I don't think they realized Moo would go down that fast. I mean, the guy melted like paper to this Ember Spirit, and so much damage coming on the rest of them because of MNZ, and all they have to do is rinse and repeat. This Aegis is up for another 50 seconds here.
Mid lane, they are going to find AA and chasing after this Terrorblade. He does have Aegis and Manta. Will pop it now. The Sunder, Fear, gonna get False Promise, but you cannot fight this unless they can take him down. A Yule's into a Remnant. They buy back the AA. Moo manages to go down bottom lane. He will survive the relocate out. DNM, he doesn't make it out of the arena. He's trapped. He doesn't have 4 seconds on that. Oh, he goes down 80 seconds. No buyback. They're chasing for Peter as well. Leo style. Chains in 3. He preemptively tips him. He's like, I know I'm dead here, sir. This is going to be a dieback. Oh, not a dieback. He still has his buyback, it seems.
Aegis going to expire in 11 seconds, which is the same time they have Metamorphosis. So MMZ, he's going to top himself back up, and then he's going to go in, take this top set of racks.
I mean, this is looking so bad. How do you kill this Terrorblade? I mean, he's 11,000 gold lead, now has a BKB delivered, and he's just going to go for more damage. They have not been able to close it down.
They can't do anything. They have to wait inside their fountain, inside their base, for everyone to come back up in order to have any chance of defense. The tier 2 bottom lane will keep their last racks alive.
I mean, they're just going to cut waves, right? They managed to get, the top tier 2, but they're just trying to farm up on this gyro and get to a BKB. I just don't see it being enough anyway. Like, this Terrorblade pick was just perfect. They don't have an answer for this hero.
No, it's like, you can try to do magical damage in, but by the time he gets the BKB online, I mean, you got your 10-second BKB now on MNZ, there is no way you end up doing the physical damage through to him. Gyrocopter just doesn't have enough by himself. Only 25 or 125 in attack. You have to somehow kill MNZ's entire team and then kite him around afterwards.
Slayton also has an Aghanim Scepter on the Skywrath Mage, so you can only save one hero here on this Oracle, and now you have double silence, double concussive blast, an extra arcane bolt and an extra mystic flare. So being trapped inside this arena is even more scary. Backside, they're going to look for the Ancient Apparition. He's the hero they need to pick off, but again, they just tunnel down the Night Stalker. He cannot survive. False Promise committed. Yes, you get the AA, but you lose. Moo, and DNM has to run back into the base. PPD is going to buy back immediately. Dissimulate available. The BKB committed on the Terrorblade, but DNM, no escape. He just goes down. PPD cannot save him. The tier 3, the final structures here for the side of Sadboys starting to fall, and a Blink Spear sends Oracle into the base. 4 heroes dead. The buybacks come out, and Fear has nowhere to go. The GGs are out. It's a rampage for MNZ. The perfect finale for this game.
And that will end the lower bracket finals, and Thunder Predator, they will advance to the grand finals against 4 Zoomers. That looked so rough for them at the start of this series. I mean, they could have lost that, been 2-0'd by Sadboys here, but Thunder Predator, they shaped up in game number 2 and in game 3. Just everything they did felt so right. Fear not managing to scare himself any farm here on the Gyrocopter, and them not having the damage to bring down this Terrorblade.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Summed it up perfectly, man. DNM mid lane, you can just see the difference here, right? He's was a big part of them winning a lot of these games, and 2 games in a row, he just does not have a good game. He goes 6-6-5 as opposed to Leo style 10-1-17. MNZ had pretty much free farm from minute 1, gets first blood, which always, makes it a little bit easier. And now you're just in a scenario where you have no answer for this Terrorblade late game. He presses BKB, and what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, even before he got the BKB, they took these like amazing fights against them. Usually ended up getting his Sunder off. And despite the fact they tried to take these team fights in, somewhat creative ways on Sadboys, the Aghanim Scepter on Moo, it felt a little bit underwhelming. I mean, he spent the entire game trying to farm it, right?
Yeah.
By the time he came out, I mean, he ended up getting blown up, and he couldn't even engage into the entire team. I don't think he got like a 4 or 5 man void off. He tried to jump the back line in 2 fights. Both times he ended up getting bursted down.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what that means, Neff? We got
That
a
means-
grand finals underway. Let me go ahead and show you all the bracket. I am so freaking excited. 4 Zoomers will be going up against Thunder Predator in the grand finals, a best of 5. Now, these teams have seen each other before in the upper bracket. It was a 2-1 for 4 Zoomers, but those games were very close. And now Thunder Predator, I mean, they're looking to take a second tournament here to finish off the year. 4 Zoomers trying to get their first major victory here in the year. I mean, these teams have gone head to head all year long, fighting for dominance. I mean, this is like the perfect storyline, in my opinion. Like, these teams going head to head to finish off the year is incredible. So I'm super excited. I could not have asked for a better match. What should we expect here, Neff? I mean, these teams coming off of, you know, incredible highs, and Thunder Predator look borderline unstoppable, but 4 Zoomers have looked amazing as well.
It's hard to say exactly what to expect. Thunder Predator, they had a clean 3-0 grand finals in Movistar Liga Pro Gaming yesterday. They started a little bit slow today, but, you know, this is a good warm-up match. Meanwhile, 4 Zoomers, you know, they've got some games to analyze and figure out exactly how it is they're playing this patch with Leo Style, with MNZ, and they're rested up. I mean, I'm on the board with you here, Ricky. This is one of the best finals I could have asked for. Both these teams have made so much progress in 2020. Absolutely amazing to see the 2 of them to end the year.
Yeah.
But that's all I got before this next match starts.
So excited. That being said, everyone, we're going to go right into the grand final. So definitely stay tuned. We'll be back in just a short break, honestly. Grand finals between Thunder Predator and 4 Zoomers. Stay tuned.